came the corruption of arrogance and hedonism and greed. The gods could not long abide the outrages of Mordheim's populace. In the heavens, an ill star appeared. A great, twin-tailed comet that some priests warned was nothing less than the Hammer of Sigmar. They preached tidings of doom and repentance, but their sermons were ignored. An attitude of rebellious revelry gripped the city as the comet grew ever nearer. The grand festival to celebrate the turn of the year was a mockery of the apocalyptic prophecies. It was then that the hammer fell. The fiery comet plowed through the city, gouging a deep crater in the midst of the poor quarter. The wondrous palace of Count Steinhard was broken, the grand amphitheater shattered, the vast great library blighted by a pall of ash. Fire and smoke decimated the populace, but worse awaited the survivors. A malignant corruption that brought with it mutation and madness, the vile taint of chaos.
Kendall.
In the shattered city, strange green-black stones were discovered. Strange energies emanated from these shards. Warlocks and alchemists experimented with these word stones and soon determined that their uncanny properties could work wonders. Wordstone could heal the sick, regenerate the old, or even turn base metal to gold. Lust for Wordstone focused avaricious eyes upon ruined Mordheim. Treasure hunters descended upon the city, vying with both mutated horrors that claimed the ruins as their own and crusading zealots who sought to prevent the taint from spreading. Inhuman creatures filtered into Mordheim, staking their own claims. An endless pilgrimage of the greedy and ambitious, fighting and dying in a place now called the City of the Damned.
I just claimed my prize. Cool. I told you can borrow my Nintendo Switch. You should have took it. Oh, I was thinking about streaming Adventure Time, but I didn't want to ruin the story for you, since you seem to be kind of far into it. I can only stream the titles that I can download, so I can't do Morrowind, unfortunately. Which stinks. Or not Morrowind, Oblivion. I have to pay $100 to buy Oblivion. I might. Mordheim. Oh, it was waiting for me to hit the X button.
A nice day to die, or maybe live a little longer.
A dark force joins the battle for Mordheim. The undead have arrived and are hungry for power. New warriors, skills, and campaign await in the Undead DLC available now. Yeah, Divinity 2 is pretty awesome. Amazing music. Amazing fighting. Where's the difficulty? Skip hide tutorials. I'm gonna need the tutorials. Hideout? What are hideout? I don't know. Accelerate AI turn. No, I want to see what they're doing. I'll just leave it on default. Combat, hideout management. is a lot of stuff. Can I learn as I go, or do I need to do all these tutorials?
In this tutorial, you control a group of Skaven who are scavenging for resources in the quayside area of Mordheim. As they scatter to search the empty barns and ruined warehouses, a group of mutants bearing the flag of the cult of the possessed appear in sight. Learn the basics of combat to survive this ambush.
So what, I'm not allowed to do the tutorials? Alright. I guess a blind playthrough means no tutorials. I thought blind meant I don't know the story and, like, you know.
A new round has started.
Oh, look how cool he looks. Yeah. He looks like a ninja. He's a rat ninja. Badass. Quick tutorial. Don't panic, chaos is at work. Alright, new warband. Tutorial recommended. Since this is the first warband you create, it is highly recommended that you explore the tutorials section in the main menu. There are many tutorials that cover vital information such as combat, movement, user interface, and advanced game mechanics. No, I just played the tutorial, only the battle part. I'm gonna do the tutorial. It says highly recommended.
In this tutorial, you control a group of Skaven who are scavenging for resources in the quayside area of Mordheim.
I gotta learn how to play.
As they scatter to search the empty barns and ruined warehouses, a group of mutants bearing the flag of the cult of the possessed appear in sight. Learn the basics of combat to survive this ambush. A new round has started.
Move the character using left stick. The circle around the warrior determines where it can move, with one strategy point. Each time your warrior crosses the circle, it will cost one extra strategy point, SP. Points are spent only when an action is confirmed or when the warrior engages an enemy. Crossing a circle leaves the movement flag to show where the SP was spent. Walking over these flags will return the SP and cancel the movement performed. So this is kind of like Divinity. When a warrior has no actions left to take, use the end turn action. Doing so will remove any remaining strategy points, but all action points will remain available for counterattacks until the warrior's next turn. You can always press circle button to access the end turn action when no actions are selected. How do I jump? See ya. Where am I supposed to go? attacking. During an enemy's turn, if one of your warriors is attacked in melee, you may have the option of performing a counterattack. This is only possible if your warrior has enough offense points remaining and has a melee weapon equipped. The action must be confirmed by pressing the cross button or X button. Confirm counterattack. When a warrior enters the threat zone represented by the red circle around enemies, movement is automatically stopped, and the warrior becomes engaged in melee combat. The warrior can now attack any engaged enemy. The cost of the attack and offense points will vary based on the weapon used. For example, two-handed weapons will cost 2 OP for the first attack, then the cost will increase by 1 for each subsequent attack. To attack, select the action button, attack, and press on cross button. Seem to be having trouble here. Attack, hit the X button. I read all that and now I'm still struggling. Is the game frozen or something? What's the problem here? I'm hitting the X button. I'm pressing like every single different button. I don't understand what the problem is. I think the game's frozen. Oh man, this stinks. Why is it frozen? Oh man. I don't know what else to do. I guess I'm gonna have to restart it.